Hey friends, I'm back for another day of BookMass, and I'm going to chat about a couple of the books that are coming out in 2023 that I'm super excited about that are by authors I have not read before. So I have a couple of physical ARCs because I got these at various conventions, and then I just have a couple that I found on Goodreads. This is not an exhaustive list by any means. These are just the books I'm going to put on my checklist that I make at the start of the year, and I'm sure I'm going to have seasonal TBRs and ARC TBRs as well, and like books coming out each season that I'll do in 2023. But these are just the books that I found so far after like an hour on Goodreads, so let's get into it. The first book I got quite a while ago, but it is Queen Among the Dead by Leslie Livingston. This is the author, I think, that wrote the Valen trilogy, and it's a stunning Celtic YA fantasy adventure set in the ancient kingdom of Erie, inspired by the legend of the first true Queen of Ireland, perfect for fans of Shelby Mahoran and Adrienne Young. So, very excited for this one. I haven't read her previous series, but if I like this, I'll definitely check out. And I love stuff about Ireland. Like, I like Irish mythology. There's not nearly enough, so really excited for this. And I got this at ALA in like June, so I had this for a while. They were dropping ARCs, like I have the throwback and stuff like that too, so I have a lot of ARCs from them, but it's the one that I'm most excited for. And then another book that I'm super excited for is Blood Debts by Cherry J. Benton Walker. I got this at New York City Comic-Con. I bought a book and I got one. But this is Justice Will Reign, a deadly tale of sacrifice, betrayal in a magical modern New Orleans. 30 years after the greatest magical massacre in the city's history, the rightful heirs of a stolen throne set out to right the wrongs in their families' past and bring about the justice they're owed. And this, I think, comes out in April. That sounds great. I love books about magic. It looks like it's dual point of view, which I'm also really excited for. And yeah, the cover for this one is very, very pretty as well. But this is just an ARC, but very excited and hope that I like this one. Another one that I got, I think I got this at Comic-Con, I think, is The Self-Made Meadow by Brittany Ann Williams. And this is a stunning YA fantasy perfect for fans of Holly Black and Justina Ireland. And this is about a black sword expert fighting for Fae Uprising in Shakespearean London. You had me at Shakespeare and you also had me at Fae Uprising, so I'm really excited for this one. This one comes out in April, and I love books set in like Shakespearean time. I think it's a very, very fun twist. So yeah, I'm super excited to excite this. I also saw her chat about it at YALLFest, which is where I heard her talk. But yeah, another book that I'm super excited for. And this will be a new to me author because I actually haven't read her quite yet. But Delicious Monsters by Lizelle Samberry, the author of Blood Like Magic and Blood Like Feet, this is a supernatural fantasy. I think she could like see ghosts, and something happens. Like I think the premise is she could see ghosts, which I'm very intrigued by. So. But yeah, these are the physical books that I'm super excited for. I'm going to put on my little list. And now let's get to the non-physical books that I have, but hope I get access to at some point. If not, I'll just read them when they come out. But let's chat about them. So the next book I am going to chat about is Song of Silver, Flame Like Night by Amelia Wang Zhao. This book comes out in early January. I do have an e-arc of it, and I'm really excited to read it. I actually met her at New York City Comic-Con, but they didn't have physical arcs. They had like samplers where you get like a free e-arc copy. But in a fallen kingdom, one girl carries the key to discover the secrets of her nation's past and unleashing the demons that sleep in its heart, an epic fantasy series inspired by the mythology and folklore of ancient China. And I've said it before, I have a thing for mythology things. Like I love all the Rick Riordan Presents books, but any book that even has a tint of mythology, I will really like. So I'm really excited to pick this one up. And let's just share a stunning photo of this cover. It's so pretty. But yeah, this comes out in early January, and it's definitely going to be on my TBR. So that's why it's on this list. So another book that I'm super excited for comes out in March 21st, 2023, and it's called The Witch and the Vampire. And I have an e-arc of this. There was like a day on NetGalley where it was like 48 hours, you got like 5 books, and this is one of them that I got that I was unable to get an arc at YALLFest for, so, but they were dropping it, but I think I got something else. But this is a queer Rapunzel retelling where a witch and a vampire who trust no one but themselves must journey together through a cursed forest with danger at every turn. You had me at cursed forest. I love cursed forests, so I'm really hopeful I will get around to it. I'm putting all these on these lists. They may get read before 2023, but I'm hoping I can hold out until 2023, but we will see because I do have access to them, so we will see. But it does come out in March. It is LGBTQ+. So yeah, definitely take a note of this one and take a peek at this pretty picture. The next book is one that I definitely know I'm going to be reviewing because I'm on a blog tour for it in late January, but it is called The Spice Road. And this is an Arabian-inspired book where the characters have to protect their nation from monsters lurking in the sand. 17-year-old Aman must fight to find her brother, whose betrayal is now their greatest threat. So it sounds like it has some family dynamics, but she also has to save her world from demons. Her brother has gone over to the other side. And it says it's perfect for bands of Sabah Tahir and Hassaf Faisal and Elizabeth Lim. I really do like Sabah Tahir and I like all those others. So, but I'm really curious by the Arabian-inspired setting because that is intriguing to me. This comes out in January 2023, and I mean, we'll definitely be reading it because I am on a blog tour for it. But take a look at this really pretty cover. Again, cover game out of the park. The next book that we are going to chat about that is on this list is a book that is coming out in March 7th, 2023, and it is Lies We Sing to the Sea. And this is an Odyssey-inspired retelling. I don't know much about it, but the cover is super pretty. And again, I love anything about mythology. I love stuff that kind of takes a myth and sort of turns it on its head. And I'm intrigued. I might do a reading vlog with this and with Amy Kaufman's because they both involve sea travel. And I know it's an Odyssey retelling, and I read Odyssey quite a bit ago, but I really am excited for this one. And yeah, so I'm very excited for this one. I don't know much about it, but I do know it's an Odyssey retelling, and that had me. So yeah, it comes out March 7th, 2023. So definitely keep a nose out and mark it on your TBR. This is one that I literally just found on Goodreads, like when I was searching. But it sounds great. It comes out January 1st, 2023, which means early days. I think we have a cover, but I'll try to attach it at the end. But it's in a YA thriller. 17-year-old amateur sleuth Iris and her sapphic detective agency decide to investigate when Iris's ex-girlfriend goes missing. Her sister creates her ex creates a podcast, and then her sister goes missing, and it's a true crime podcast. You had me at podcast, you had me at sapphic. I'm intrigued. It reminds me when I read the Agathas, that wasn't sapphic, but it had like female-led agency, detective agencies. I'm intrigued. So it's how to find a missing girl, and it also gave me Are You Listening vibes, which I read a couple years ago, again for a blog tour. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one and hope that I get around to it in early 2023. But here, let's take a picture of this beautiful cover. It may not be the beautiful one, but it may be like the stock photo, but it is a cover, so take note. The next book I'm going to chat about is called Threads That Bind, and it comes out June 11th. And this is a mythology theme story about gods, powerful descendants of the great fates, a series of impossible murders to save his sister, her soulmates, and the city. I'm very intrigued. But yeah, it's basically about children of the gods that inherit their powers, and there's murders afoot, and this young main character has to sort of save not only her sister, but her whole community. I'm intrigued. It's definitely giving me Percy Jackson vibes. And when it sounds like Percy Jackson, you can bet I'm going to read it. I do have an e-arc of this one, so I may not wait until June to read it. We will see, but I'm definitely going to read it. And I wanted to put it on your radar. I did get it this week from NetGalley, so I'm very excited for that. And here is this pretty cover. And let's just say these covers are pretty. They're bringing it for 2023. Let's get excited. The next book I'm really excited for because I've been hearing a lot about it. Actually, my coworker used to go to high school with her, so I've been hearing a lot of things. This also gives me Nightbirds vibes, which is coming out by Kate J. Armstrong in February. I will attach a photo of Nightbirds here because I've already read it, so I'm gonna reread it. But Nightbirds is also like a 1920s prohibition-esque story that follows girls that can gift magic with a kiss, and I really like that one. It's probably going to be on my top reads of the year, and I'm going to reread it in 2023 as well. But Reveille by Lissamia Smith comes out in February 14th, and it is a Moulin Rouge-esque story set of dazzling magic romance and the mystery from debut author Lissamia Smith. So I'm excited for that one. It comes out in February. And the cover is pretty, so let's take a look at that one. So you guys got a double recommendation for Nightbirds by K.J. Armstrong that I have read, and Reveille by Lissamia Smith, which we all wanted at New York City Comic Con, and no one got it. So, way to pump up the anxiety. Epic reads. So the last book I'm going to chat about in this book is called The Shadow Sister, and it comes out in January 27, 2023. It's from Lily Mead, and when I saw this cover, I originally thought it was magic and fantasy, but I think it's just a mystery thriller, which I'm intrigued by. But it basically follows this main character called Sudden, and her sister Casey goes missing, I think, and they had a very like contentious relationship, but when her sister come back, something is not right, and she's sort of gonna uncover what happened to her sister. Her sister has no memory when she was gone. I think that's always an interesting trope. It reminds me of Don't Look Back by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which had a similar premise, but you were in the head of like the girl that went missing, and I like that one a lot. Definitely my favorite Jennifer L. Armentrout to date that does not get enough love and attention. But yeah, those are the 12, 13 if you count Nightbirds recommendations I have that are new to me or new debut authors that are coming out in 2023 that I think you guys should check out. Again, I'm sure this list will expand and change as the year goes on and more books are dropped, but right now these are the ones that I found on Goodreads that were intriguing to me. Let me know if you have any that you found that were super interesting. I know some people like me also scourge Goodreads, so comment below. I'd love to hear it, and I'll see you tomorrow for another day of BookMass. Bye, friends.